Letters of John Nelson Darby, Volume 1, Letter 190 of 1031. p. 324, G. Biava, to the same. From the French. Very dear brother, you are mistaken if you think I have looked upon you as a drone. Such an idea never entered my mind. I have sometimes thought that you were wanting in courage. I do not doubt that the opinion you gave of yourself may be correct. As to Dash, I am not acquainted with the details, had told me in a general way how the case stood. The whole story has been very painful to me, not only for the sake of the family, and I have felt this much, but also on account of himself. He has been a devoted man, and has been in prison for the Lord's sake. I think it a burden, or at least should be a burden, on every heart, to think that he is where he is now. I do not at all know just now what brought on the catastrophe, how the inquiry was occasioned, or the matter again brought forward. But we must look higher than the instruments. If the hand of God is upon us, it is still his hand, always his hand in love, but his hand. I do not think that the evil that has been judged in this poor brother is the only thing which has compelled God to put him, a laborer, for he was one, under the rod. His unyielding spirit made discipline necessary, at least, so it seems to me. God would never have allowed the evil, but he could have brought a heart to bow, to repent, without bringing him forward before everybody, as he has done. And how many Christians who were falling has he treated with a tenderness and gentleness which man might have said they did not deserve, which they themselves have said and felt they did not deserve, for he does not delight in wounding us and breaking us down. Why has poor been more in public on account of his faults? It may be that such an one has been the instrument, and that some have been embittered against him, but God holds all hearts in his hands. What I hope is that God in his grace, God who always acts in love, will work by this means, grievous as it may be, to soften this brother, to induce him to judge himself, to humble himself before God, and surely God will bless him, and this I desire with all my heart. It may be that God saw that it was necessary to treat this evil with rigor, lest it should take root. In every case, we must look at his ways. I have formed no judgment as to your moving from. God guides us, and orders what concerns his beloved church, where the wisdom of man is wanting through our weakness, and even by means of our weakness, where the heart is right. I hope you may be blessed at. I do not blame you at all if you give lessons. I desire with all my heart that God may send forth laborers into his harvest, but no one can go beyond his gift, and what he does beyond it can only be hurtful to himself, perhaps to others. Yes, I ask God to raise up laborers, and that there may be faith and devotedness, this I ask with all my heart. But I do not pretend even to form a judgment upon every case which arises. You may be sure that I am deeply interested in the work, and so the activity of the laborers affects me closely, but I believe that our God keeps a strong hand over all, and my trust is in his goodness and faithfulness. Naturally, when one is much interested in a thing, one thinks of all that happens. But I am accused of letting things take their own course too much. Still it seems to me that I trust in God that the work is his own. If I can help in that work, it is a favor which he confers on me, but I think that often when we wish to guide and govern too much faith is wanting. Remember me affectionately to the brethren. If I do not start for Canada, I have some hope of seeing them. May God bless and keep your wife. Your ever affectionate brother. I have just had some very good meetings in the country, and the brethren generally are getting on well. Bristol, July 27, 1862. 51190 F.